It's 9:58, December 20th p.m. and I'm buying the market. Let's see where it goes. It's 1 minute. 1 minute mark so far. 1 hour is going down. 1 day it's going down, and 1 minute it's already against me. I'm buying it. It's still unclear just where exactly the market's going, and it looks like it's not catching up my trend, just kind of flipping around here and there. But we'll see. Nothing so far is easily to predict. It just kind of moves up and down very quickly without choosing the specific direction. However, as you can see, so far it's in the plus by 15. I'm trading 1 Bitcoin. Currently I'm $20 in the minus, not making any money. Was trading for an hour previously. I was maybe 15 bucks in the plus. Okay, it looks like the market is having against me here. I'm selling it. Let me see if this is going to work out even by a little bit. And it looks like I was in the money for a bit out there, and I'm still am. So far it looks like it's rebounding from its large position right here. And this week it looks like it's making the necessary correction so that it could move forward. I wouldn't be surprised that Bitcoin will go up a lot more. However, due to the fees, I think that it cannot be a service that could be used to make transactions happen, because making a transaction could be just a little bit too expensive. You know, paying even like $10 or $5 just in fees to buy anything is a lot. As you can see now, I'm making quite a bit of money, if only the candle stays exactly where I need it to be. Yes, it's going down. It looks like I've got myself a large candle here that gave me a moderate amount of 82. That puts me in the plus in terms of equity, so that's the overall amount. However, it's unclear if the trend is going to kill my profit. As you can see, there's no way for me to actually kind of tell if it's gonna go up. It did have the trend up, it did have the trend down. However, we could see some meddling up here, a blob that doesn't really have a proper direction. And if we look back, we can see that there are a few things out here that would end up being very profitable. It's just all about recognizing these kind of things, kind of being in the luck to actually make use of them. Now my profits are being squeezed a little bit, however, in just a few seconds from plus 50 they can go to plus 80. That's how quickly the trend could move towards my favor. We can check out some of these headlines out here. Ron Paul, Fed-led quantitative easing sparked cryptocurrency surge. I think personally that it's all, most of it is nonsense. For example, somebody just invested billions and billions of dollars into Bitcoin, and the media just kind of wants you to assume that, like, it's the Fed. Like, really? I don't think so. For example, I don't really believe it. I think that this kind of money, like billions, it won't go around that easily. I think it's a scheme. I think the people that had all those billions in the first place, they kind of set it all up. They realized and understood what's going to happen, how they're going to make their money, what's it going to be all about. And that's how they're doing it. I don't think it's the people. I think it's countries. I think it's very rich organizations that nobody knows about, or something along those lines. I don't think that it's the people that had billions of dollars to just invest in something that nobody understands really, like cryptocurrencies, for example. I wouldn't be surprised if those people that made it so valuable just figured out that we're gonna make a lot of money about it, and then we'll make everybody believe that it was the Fed. It was the Fed that made all those billions to go into Bitcoin. Look at that, how low can Bitcoin go? Charts hint 11,000 in play. Look at that, they say charts hint. They think that charts hint something. They think that money is being controlled by charts. It's like if I have a lot of billion to invest, many billions, and they would think that I would invest or avoid investing slowly based on charts. They think that those investors that invest billions of dollars, let's put it like them, let's call them investors, are doing it solely because they look at the chart, they put up like a weekly chart and say, okay, just because the chart was going up, the chart hints to me that I have to sell my stake because that's what the chart kind of tells me. It's not about me personally wanting to make even more money for it to go like to 2 million, but just because the chart was going up to a levels never seen before, or seen only a few times, like in that example with the flour in Holland that went up by many thousands of %. So if it went up, it definitely went down, so the chart hints me that it's gonna go down. Well, if I look at 1 minute chart here, and I see that it went down for 10 minutes, probably that means that the chart hints to me that it's gonna go up. And that's probably exactly who wrote this article, somebody who trades 1 minute chart, because 1 minute chart told him that if the market's going down for 15 minutes, you have to buy, or you should be buying soon. Wow, this one's moving really quickly. Look at that, Singapore Central Bank urges extreme caution in Bitcoin investment. Obviously, they wouldn't be saying that to people that invested in Bitcoin somewhere here in 2016 and tripled, like not tripled, but like made the money many times over, or to somebody that invested at 214, and now the Bitcoin is like at over 16,000. Now that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Morgan Stanley hedge funds poured $2 billion into cryptocurrencies in 2017. Now imagine pouring $2 billion in cryptocurrencies while it was 2,000, as previously said, and now it's 16,000. And that's what I think. That's kind of the type of organizations that are doing these things. I think, like these sorts of like investment banks. Like I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying that it's them, obviously, but I wouldn't be surprised if later on they say that, oh, we invested 2 billion, but like we previously invested like 200 billion or something, like 20 billion, right? And now we have 200 in profit, 200 billion in profit or something like that. Like I wouldn't be surprised that this was just kind of pump it and dump it or whatever. Like invest 20 billion. Let's all invest 20 billion each, right? Keep it like that, investing it, and then just kind of dump everything down and make 10 times the money. It looks like I'm losing money here, but the market looks to go up. I'm not sure in this situation right here, should I just take the profit? Or I mean, should I just take the loss and start again towards making a profit, or should I just try and wait? You see, this is like an interesting decision here. Like, should I try to wait and end up in profit eventually, hoping to end up in profit, or should I sell and keep on making money on the trend? Because that's a truly awesome trend right here. It took a longer time than previous one, but no doubts about it, this is awesome. Alright. It doesn't really say anything. Look at that. Bitcoin, no threat to financial stability, say European economists. I don't see how that could be a financial stability myself, actually. I don't see how something that would cost you $25 to buy something could have a financial stability threat to an entire European economy. Okay, it looks like it's gonna go up for me here. I bought it at a quite high level already, but I'll see. Let's see what happens. I do wonder, any of this, can it actually be predicted? I see that I can play games like, for example, I sell because the candle went down, so I sell here because the candle went down here. And I buy here because the candle previously went up, but you can see I would have been wrong. Probably the most sensible way of thinking is, what kind of strategy would make you win all the time? Well, I've just noticed that it's not about winning all the time, it's just winning enough for you to make a profit. Now the thing about trading candles only is that there's no point in doing that, because there's no way of knowing if the candle's gonna go up or down, and the candle is so different in size. That means that even if you guess it right most of the time, that not necessarily means that you're gonna make money on it, because you can be losing money on these really long candles and not winning anything whatsoever. And so, as you can see, in 4 minutes the market has put me once again in the profit. So I'm catching up with a 5-minute trend right here, exactly where I want to be. However, it's still unclear if I'm going to stay making money, how long this is going to last. Obviously, what Charity hints me is that obviously it went down quite a bit, and so I will definitely see a chart going up. So that's a kind of a correction, you see, and kind of the difference of these eventually is where the chart is currently at. That's the way it works. It goes down all the time, every time it goes up. The only problem is that there is no clear way of actually telling just when exactly it's gonna go down. Now you can see this right here wiped out all of my profits, and that right there has put me in a profit by 50, by more than 50 in a matter of seconds. An absolute madness. That's just absolutely insane. It's just gonna go up and down, up and down. I wonder, should I trade like hourly charts or 4-hour charts too? Just for the sake of it, you know? For example, I see it's going down. So, should I do the same thing? Should I kind of try and predict where it's gonna go, based solely on that?